level of research and in-depth analytic weight or whatever. I had words and I didn't say them properly.
For him, like, in a negative bullying way. She hasn't said anything nasty against him. I wouldn't say I completely forgave him for everything. I don't believe in, like, that completely. I just think move on. And I tried to. And we even celebrated on my channel. We had a 10 million party for him. Like, I honestly tried my best to keep it very positive. And I do kind of feel like it's bit me in the ass a bit because this stuff has come forwards. And it just shows that all the apologies and all of that stuff didn't really add up with what was happening behind the scenes. Jackie Aina posted a photo set on Twitter that read, "I would like to address something that unfortunately happens more often than it should. I have and will continue to be committed to supporting brands and content creators that champion inclusivity through messaging and their actions. It's important to me as a person, a woman, and a member of our beauty/influencer community to stand firmly by these values. Jeffree Star does not represent those values. I have not and will not excuse his blatant racist behaviour, not his past references to me in derogatory terms, his continued use of the N-word, nor his efforts to eliminate spaces and opportunities for people of colour. No one in the community should feel they are protected enough to continuously say things to make black women feel ugly and ashamed of their own skin. This is sadly a privilege, and I that some, Jeffree included, have abused for far too long. This is sadly a privilege that I that some." I think what she means is that I think some. That was the photo shoot that was sent, and she atted him. She went for it. She was like, "Come at me." She then tweeted, "I'm not addressing this again. Please, in the future, no matter what changes, do not pressure, urge me, or force me to accept and forgive someone who will never accept."
Editing a video, you probably need music. With Artlist, you can find thousands of songs for any video project with one simple like.
Moving on.
Accept someone like me. So everyone obviously put a lot of pressure on Jackie, saying you need to get over your beef with Jeffree because he's apologised, he's this, he's that. And I think as the text messages have come forward, and they are bad, they are really bad. It's not like a racist tweet from 10 years ago. It's not, oh, you're bringing up Jeffree's past from 12 years ago. This is something in the past year, you know? So it's serious. This is after the apologies, after the drama videos, after everything kicked off. This is after all of that all of this stuff allegedly happened. Jackie Aina then tweeted out afterwards saying, "If a smear campaign follows my stance on this, ultimately should maybe you question why every time someone professionally expresses concerns about this person, in brackets, something black women have the right to do, and yet I'm way nicer than most." Close brackets. Jackie got dragged last time she was going to be with Jeffree because Jeffree tweeted out she doesn't pay her taxes and other things along the lines of that. Obviously the same thing with Makeup Shayla. It's quite crazy, and I'm going to put a poll on the screen. What do you think about this? The reason I think this has kicked off, the reason why I think this comes together, is Jackie Aina had a very brief beef with someone called Paige. Paige is someone who has continuously supported Jeffree from the beginning. When everything kicked off between Jeffree and Jackie Aina, of course Paige started making videos very negatively about Jackie Aina. Now not only did she...
Okay, so I just want to point out that every time that I've ever been featured, because I'm, you know, that kind of bitch, every single time that I've ever been featured in a John Kuckian video, I'm always, like, in the most grossest face that you could possibly find. But here shows his fucking, like, here shows the highlight of how fucking of a garbage human being he is. He chose that photo, and I know why he chose that photo. That's a photo that's been professionally done. I've got a photographer. He sometimes takes photographs of me. Tom Broadbent, sorry. He sometimes takes photos of me whenever I want to kind of fill my Instagram with some new stuff and that. And that was when I was at my heaviest. I was a UK size 24 to 26 at the time, and I know he's using that photo because I've got a visible belly line. But here's the thing, right? I'm not one of those bitches who is not one of those bitches who is uncomfortable with my size or uncomfortable with my weight, or, you know, I look at that photo and I go, oh my god, I used to be so big, whatever. I'm not one of those bitches. So he's chose a really good fucking photo of me and I look fantastic. I'm just saying that from the jump. But I know where his mindset is. He's like, oh, look at her, she's fat and gross. Well, you can carry on with that fucking narrative, dude. Like, I look fabulous. My pink hair is on fleek. My titties look gorgeous and juicy. And I just look round like a juicy fruit, like a plump piece of fucking orange, like a plum. Like a darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, bitch. So, that's all I have to say about that. Oh, shoot. What have I done? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay.
Did she make the videos? But as time went on, she went on to really harass Jackie Aina across social media. And this isn't someone...
Okay. I don't know how this qualifies as harassment. I literally, I've been on YouTube almost 2 years now. Is it 2 years yet? Has it been more than 2 years?
started in March 2016, wasn't it?
No, February 2016. So it's been 2 years. I've been on YouTube for 2 years and I've made 3 Jackie Aina videos. One of them, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 if you include the one where she called me a fucking hacker. So if that is the grand scheme of how many videos I've made over the course of like 4 years, then fair enough. Not 4 years, 2 years, then fair enough. That's not harassment. I've made more John Kuckian videos. I've definitely made more John Kuckian videos. Shit, I've probably made more Jordan Byers videos. Shit, I've probably made more Kendall Ray videos. You know what I mean? I don't really tend to dwell on the same person for too long. I move very quickly. So the idea that I was harassing her is hilarious. And you can find my tweets on social media from back in 2016. If you feel like what I said was too much and excessive, you're completely validated by whatever it is that you want to say. But at the same time, it's all there for you to view. I just don't understand why this harassment, this word harassment is coming up. And I'm like, I have barely fucking spoken about her.
That has like 2 followers, just posting a random video tagging someone. This is someone with followers on Twitter and on YouTube continuously tagging Jackie Aina like, oh, I'm glad everyone loves my new Jackie Aina video, and
saying that I'm not a Jackie Aina fan because of my video and blah blah blah. I love Jackie. Like, bro, we get it. I saw your video.
We all saw your video.
Cool.
You showed your ass, baby girl.
It's cool. It's fine. Going to be okay.
I've had run-ins with this girl before, Petty Paige, and in honesty, it's amazing to me how she presents herself on social media as being some sort of strong person, because when you look at the actions, they're so incredibly petty. Petty Paige launched her...
I'm gonna get out.
Right,
it's been a great stream, guys. I'm gonna disappear now because John Kuckian is absolutely flabbergasted.
That's Petty Paige.
That Petty Paige
He's petty.
Could be petty. Wow. Some would say that the idea of Petty Paige would be to be petty. Some would say that. I would go as far as to say that that was the general consensus of my channel. But I don't know, maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm reaching, guys. You can tell me if I'm reaching. Maybe I'm reaching. Maybe the general consensus of Petty Paige is not to be petty. But I kind of felt that the Petty Paige channel was supposed to be petty. But anyway, let's move on.
Someone just put, oh fuck, he cracked the code.
High channel dragging me is another one of those John Kuckian exposed channels every single video. As time went on, people saw through it, and I think very quickly they were like, this is really quite garbage content.
Okay, right, garbage content, 100,000 subscribers. But anyway, that's not the point. I did start off my channel making John Kuckian videos. I will definitely 120% admit that the start of my channel was because out of frustration, out of what John Kuckian was doing at the time in 2016. So when I made my channel and I started talking about that, that was definitely a massive part of my channel. It's kind of progressed since that. I have made a decision not to make a John Kuckian video since January this year. I've decided that I'm not going to make any more of him because I feel like he's a lost cause. But if bitches keep coming for me, like if they want to keep coming for me, I'm going to keep talking. You want to talk about me? I'm going to keep talking. Let's talk. Let's talk, sis.
She then turned on to Jackie Aina dragging Jackie Aina. And then, what's interesting is Petty Paige launched her channel dragging me and supporting Here for the Tea. Here for the Tea then dragged Petty Paige. Petty Paige then came to me and was speaking to me on Snapchat, and she called me for about 4 or 5 hours.
Gareth, you were in the room when I spoke to John Kuckian. Can you confirm to the audience how many hours I spoke to John Kuckian for?
About 0.5.
Okay, so we're talking about half an hour.
If that.
Okay, so half an hour I was speaking to John Kuckian for. 4 hours? 4 hours. 4 hours. 4 hours.
I won't let you be on phone for 4 hours if I can.
4 hours? 4 hours. No, honey. No, we never spoke for 4 hours. You you just reached and just missed just there, like, you tried it.
You didn't even speak for hours.
We didn't even speak an hour.
Exactly.
Singular. We didn't even speak one singular consecutive hour. Oh my God. He wants to say that there was this big old relationship between us. Like, listen, I feel like sometimes when somebody's got this amount of hate towards me, like, damn, did I fuck your nigga? Like, what the fuck? Like, if you hate me that much, did I sleep with your man? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Like, shit. There's gotta be some kind of grudge. There's gotta be some kind of grudge. Because I can't work out how somebody feels that strongly about an individual that they barely spoke to. Oh, baby girl, don't be sad because your channel's dying. Don't be sad.
This is last year. I cannot remember the period. It was around the launch of my makeup, just before. I don't remember how long before it was from November, but it was before November 2017. And she was on the phone to me. She was nearly crying, and she was speaking to me, saying everyone...
Nearly crying?
No.
I was not nearly crying. Nobody was crying.
With laughter, maybe.
Nobody was crying. Nobody cared. It wasn't that deep. I asked him about his fucking charity water aid scam, and he said that he's got receipts. I said, well, can you provide them? I even cry about the kids not getting their water. You know what I mean? Like,
you heartless bitch.
I'm gonna keep it 100. We didn't even cry about the fucking kids not getting the full amount of water that they deserve.
$1's been donated.
Thank you, Crystal Phillip.
Tell you what, we'll donate that $1 to WaterAid.
Yeah, we'll donate that $1 to WaterAid. Thank you very much for your $1.
More than Kuckian's donated.
It's a mess. It's a mess. He's really trying it. I
What
think
is
this is
turning
about
on
the
me,
point that I
people
got
that supported me on Twitter are all posting nasty things about me. Here for the tea saying this about me, here for the tea saying that about me. Despite the fact that this girl had...
Grow your business by accepting credit and debit cards with the Sum Up card reader. No fixed contract, no monthly fees.
I know a lot of people are saying go on to HookTube, but I just don't use it. It's just not
made up the most malicious things about me for the longest time. I still sat there as a human being and spoke to her and supported her and counselled her and explained...
Counselled! Samantha Skeins, thank you so much. That's now $2 going to WaterAid. I am genuinely going to be donating this to WaterAid. Any money that you guys donate in today's stream, I will donate to WaterAid. £5 from Josephine KK. That will also be going to WaterAid. Keep a tally. That's what, $2 and £5. So just keep a tally on your phone somewhere. So we're going to be donating whatever money we have from this stream. This has been done on a whim to WaterAid, right? So everybody keep count. Everybody let me know how much money I'm going to be donating to WaterAid, because this is what you're supposed to do. Oh, look at this. We got Ashley Taylor, $1. Thank you for your $1 donation to WaterAid. We really do appreciate it here. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Oh my God.
Explain to her, like, this is what happens, like, things will always be twisted, you'll always be made out to be the villain, this is just how social media works. Like, think about how many fake John Kuckian scandals have existed. Then this has happened, and the reason I think this is more controversial is everything...
Bunny Beatdown, thank you. What's that? Is it Beatdown? Yeah, but the Bunny Beatdown, thank you so much for your $2. That is also going to WaterAid. I really do appreciate it.
Has happened between Jeffree and black women. Paige has always been on the side of Jeffree, and Paige is obviously a woman of colour. So when you look at it like that, people are a bit like, ooh, that's why I think a lot of people have been very frustrated watching, because they're like, we kind of understand if, like,
Kim Bruckner, thank you so much for the $10 to WaterAid. I will definitely send that over. We have got 2.9 euros from Clarky. 2.29 euros from Clarky for WaterAid. Thank you so much. Oh God, we got so many donations, guys. Whatever dudes, $20 to WaterAid. Really do appreciate it. Julie Mayers, $1.99 for WaterAid. Cora B, another $1.99 for WaterAid. K Swiss, another $1.99 for WaterAid. Do you know what? This turned into a charity thing, and I'm actually quite happy with that. I feel you guys are the real MVPs. I appreciate that. We're going to be donating. Are you keeping a tally?
I'm trying to. Cora B.
Please keep a tally. Just don't moderate and just keep a tally so we can put all that money towards.
Oh shit! You guys need to slow down.
We need to slow down just a hot minute. We've got another £5 from Josephine. How much has it been so far? Please keep a count.
I don't know.
What we'll do is we'll make this private, and then whatever money has come from this stream, we'll just
you can check on the stream itself.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go into my analytics, because I think it's going to be hard for us to keep up because everyone's donating. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into my analytics, and whatever money's been made from this chat and whatever's been made from my live stream for this month, I will tally that up and I will show you guys how much that is on Twitter, and then we'll donate the whole lot to Water Raid, because I think it's going to be hard for us to tally it up while simultaneously moderating comments. But let's go through. So we've got Josephine with another £5. We've got Old Soul with another $5. Sending love to the newlyweds, my favourite couple, Paige. You separate the class from the trash, love. Thank you so much. Randy, they're finally going to get a donation, not from JK. Thank you so much for your $1.99. $9.99 from Marla Moon. I support all charitable trolling of this douche. Thank you so much. Spilt Tea gave another $5. Number 8 gave another $5. We've got Jane White, who gave another $1.99. Thank you guys so much for all of your charitable donations to Water Aid. How has this happened? Right, okay, I'm gonna carry on.
There's another
The
£2.
white YouTuber is posting a video saying like Jeffrey's right about this.
Thank you, Makeup by
for a
Lucy.
black woman
Thank
to go
you,
against another black
Kitten
woman.
Cake.
To give an example, like I was sat filming a video with my Jamaican auntie. I'm mixed race. Both my parents are mixed race. We filmed a video and we were just talking about inclusivity and beauty in makeup and generally about some of the.
Okay. I don't know who this woman is. I've never seen her on his channel, so I don't know whether this is something new. But when I spoke to him, because I asked his ethnicity, when I spoke to him, he said that he didn't know what his mother's heritage was, and he thinks that he may be part Hawaiian. So, I don't know who this bitch is. Just throwing that out there. I don't know who this woman is. I've never seen her, so that's new to me.
Drama that happened on YouTube. She's really been through the whole thing from a whole different era, and I always feel like I have so much to learn from it.
Also, this is like, let me show a black person to show that I support black people. You know what I mean? It's like that one person who turns around and goes, I have a black friend. Well, yeah, okay, cool. So does everybody. Like, the fuck? Ugh.
And when I was creating my own makeup line, I was so inspired by her because.
Thank you, Carla Bine, for your €5. We'll donate that to Water Aid. Shakili, thank you so much for your $2. We've got $1.99 from Chelsea Oliver and another $1 from Christina B. Another $5 from Makeup by Lucy. Another $9.99 from Aisha Marie. Another €2 from Annette Hayes. Another $20. Thank you so much. From Izzy B1. Wow, this is so nice. I'm like actually like overwhelmed slightly. We have Infidel to Broccoli, who gave $1.99. I'm paying against JK. We got Sherilyn, who gave £4.99. She says, your wedding vid made me excited for my wedding next year. Love you and your videos. Congratulations on your nuptials. $1.99. Peter Mom video, please. That's what I was filming before I was rudely interrupted. Okay. Oh god, £2 from Scratch That Weave and Water Queen. Yes. Thank you so much, Panda Pizza. Pleb Queen gave €2. We've got another $1.99 from Thea Blackham. Oh gosh, you guys. $1.99 from Angela Brown, who says, I'm poor, it doesn't matter, all donations will be going to Water Aid, and they have less than we do, so I do appreciate us Westerners giving over to what can actually be done for Water Aid, so I do appreciate that. Right, I will go through the rest of them in a moment. I'm just going to carry on with this video, otherwise I won't get anything done.
Because the whole time I was growing up, her and my mum, they could never get makeup. Like, it was always like you had to travel to Manchester to be able to get makeup, because you just couldn't get it in any sort of store within 20 miles of you.
Smoky Glow, love you. Thank you very much, sweetie.
50 miles of you. Do you see what I mean? Like, it was a big deal for me from that respect. And my auntie was saying, like, if anything, the black community should stand together. Not against Jeffrey, because it's not Jeffrey against black people at all. That's not how I see it. It's against actions, and if something happens against black people, my auntie was saying black people should stand together against those actions. It's not about boycotting, it's not about bullying or being nasty or damaging anybody. It's specifically against actions against black people. That's what people should come together and stand against. And that's something that has been sort of semi-ignored.
Voodoo Baby gave 55 NOK. Is that North Korean?
No, NOK. If it's NOx, I think that's Swedish.
Thank you so much for the 55 NOx. I do appreciate it. I'm more curious about what species John is. Anyway, keep the roasting. It's for a good cause. Thank you so much. We got $5 from Foxy Brown. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. This is amazing. So sweet, Paige. No problem. It started as a troll and now we're doing charity, so it's great. Butterfly Zombie gave another $5. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I'm really loving this rapport we've got going on right now. Okay, so let's talk about this whole black thing. Okay, it's no secret, and I know this is going to come to like a bit of a shock for you guys. I'm black, and I'm not just black, right? I'm dark-skinned black.
No.
No, I know. No, don't leave me, Gareth. Don't leave me. No. But seriously, like I'm black. This is no secret. This is not anything new. And the way that I see it is that if, and I say if because nothing's been finalised at this point, but if my meeting with Jeffree Star does go ahead, I will definitely be asking questions, but I feel like there needs to be a room for him to answer questions. You know what I mean? So whatever I do ask, I will definitely be reporting back to you guys. But I think that the idea or the notion that a black person should not ever be into... sorry, that is Whatever Dudes. Is that right? Whatever Dudes. Thank you so much for your $20 donation. I do appreciate it.
Anyone joining, the money's going to water.
Yeah, anyone who's joining, the money is going to WaterAid. Whatever money we get from the stream is going to go to WaterAid. None of it's going to go to me. So the way that I see it is, we need to be able to ask this guy questions, right? That we need to be able to ask questions to Jeffree Star. And if there is nobody to ask these questions to him, how are we going to get the answers? Because I know from an influencer standpoint, the best thing usually to do is to ignore it. So I kind of feel like that's what the consensus is that he should ignore this situation. Now, from a personal position, from a personal disposition, I would go as far as to say, thank you very much, Candy Vargas, I do appreciate it. I would go as far as to say that at this point, until this David Scissorhands provides more proof, I'm not quite buying it at this point. There's a lot of things that I don't necessarily think are adding up. I know he said he was filming a video, so if the video is out already, I do apologise, I've not watched it. But I'm waiting for this video to come out, and as soon as this video does come out, I will definitely be giving my opinions on it. But until then, at this point, I feel like we've got Jeffree Star being crucified by somebody with not enough receipts when we know that so much can be doctored. It's the same reason why Martin Lewis is so very careful about the things he puts out there. If you guys don't remember, Farah Ali, thank you so much for the $5. I do appreciate it. Petty, I love you. Please notice me. Come to Houston, thanks. If I ever come to Houston, I'll be over there to see Rich Luck, so if I do, definitely hit me up. We have also got $5 from Lady Divine. I literally have no idea what's going on. Have some money. All this money, Lady Divine, is going to WaterAid, so thank you for your charitable donation.
People asking what WaterAid is.
WaterAid, okay, I don't even know because this was on a whim, but WaterAid is basically a foundation / charity who provides water to underprivileged areas where they don't have water. So something as small as $2 or £2 can go to like literally give a lot of people water. So all of this money that you guys are donating at this very moment in time, it's definitely going to a charitable cause. This was the This was, in fact, the charity that John Kuckian said that he was going to be donating money to, and then did not provide receipts for how much he was able to donate, and then donated less than 150 British pounds to this foundation at the time, which doesn't make any sense because, I mean, as you guys can see here, I've got less of a following than John Kuckian did at the time, and you guys are donating hard and fast, so we know for a fact, even just by seeing versus my platform and his, we know for a fact that there was definitely more money that he's definitely not putting up. So this here is just proof in the pudding, proving that there was definitely more money and he chose not to donate, which is a completely different thing, allegedly, because legal shit. Love to all. Thank you so much, Reese's. Rachel Buswell, two to keep the rounds, Petty Pitch coming. Thank you so much. Sinead. Thank you so much for your £5. I do appreciate it. Paula W, thank you for the $19.99. I do appreciate it. Sabs Cat, thank you so much for the $2. I do appreciate it as well. Right, all of this money is going to Water Aid. And I'll donate this shit.
I'll donate this shit.
No, it was on a whim, and now it's a thing, so it's happening.
It was a joke, and now
it was a joke, and now it's a thing, and now we're donating, and now it's going to Water Aid. So it's brilliant.
Everyone's like, hell yeah, charity! I do charity.
Yeah. So it's all good, right? So, we need to be able to ask him these questions. I'm going to be going over, I will definitely be asking him questions. I'll see if the video comes out before I have a chance to be able to meet Jeffree Star, then obviously my opinions, my thoughts may change before then, but at this very moment in time, I honestly think it's fake the house. That's how I feel at this moment in time. Until somebody gives me more receipts and more proof, it's fake the house. And I don't believe it for a second. And I feel like Jeffree Star at this moment in time is getting crucified for very minimal receipts when we can't even, like, say certain receipts, you know what I mean, are real. There's various different receipts that we've discounted. I mean, for instance, we've got John Kuckian who showed receipts between himself and Peter Mon and this alleged Voxer account that Peter Mon had, where he apparently was saying very inappropriate things to John Kuckian at the time. I mean, if we're going to say that those receipts can be faked and shopped and we're not going to believe them, I feel like we need to be able to award, even if it is Jeffree Star, that same benefit of the doubt until better receipts are shown. That's how I personally feel, and I will be asking him questions, but at the same time, I don't want it to be a situation where people suddenly think that, oh, she's going over there, you know, she just wants to collab and da-da-da-da. I'm not out here for this. I'm literally, like, I'm not stupid. I definitely know that the level of influence he has and the level of influence he has is a lot bigger than mine, but I'm also there to kind of get inside the mind of him and learn a little bit more. That's what I'm there for.
Wait. Shane Dawson, are you under there?
Yeah. Yeah, underneath this mask is Shane Dawson asking a billion questions on whether I'm a sociopath. Okay, right, so we're just going to watch the rest of the video. I'll get straight into it.
Ignored throughout this drama that's happened, and I'm sorry if this video is just me being a bit blunt and brutally open. I honestly just don't really care anymore about stuff like this. I'd rather just say it how it is. Jeffree's managed to find his way into the media, into the drama now, so I know that I don't...
Ellie Blue, thank you so much for the 50 SEK Swedish money. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
I know if he even has some drama channels on a payroll. That's what I question. Jeffree, where's my payroll, bitch?
Okay, no one's on payroll.
Because whenever a drama happens, like, for example, those text messages came forward, I was fair. I said it could be real or it could be fake, we don't know. But there was other channels that went there, acknowledging the fact that the text messages happened, but instead of speaking negatively, saying, like, Jeffree, this is kind of wrong, calling a black woman a gorilla, they instead said, this guy's never going to get work again because people feel like they're going to be exposed. Like, it was dragging the guy that shared the text messages. Obviously, the guy was shady. Obviously, he was looking for some attention, you could tell. But I don't think he was doing it through fake text messages, because in the text messages, he exposed that he was being a passive racist. So it's very obvious to me. It's like, oh my god, do you see what I'm saying here? Like, I don't think the guy would expose himself as a passive racist when he works in wigs with a lot of women of colour. Do you see what I'm saying? That would just be so stupid if he was faking it. So, yeah, I don't know. The whole situation just seems so stupid. But basically, Jeffree tweeted out, can't wait to meet Petty Paige and speak to her. And a lot of people were saying online it's going to be about Jackie Aina. Maybe he's going to try and fund a lawsuit against her or something like that, because...
Okay, there was a lot of people saying that Jeffree Star would fund my lawsuit for Jackie Aina. However, first of all, that's not the case. And second of all, if you for 1 second believe that if I am too proud to make a GoFundMe that would have been successful, I'm very aware at the time, with the amount of hype that was around that story, a lot of people would have donated and I probably could have got it funded, most definitely. But if you guys for 1 second believe that because I was too proud to do that, do you think I'm going to take money from a billionaire or millionaire? Absolutely no way. I like the fact that I work for everything I own. I like the fact that everything that I do is off the back of me. And if... Us.
I have a job too, Paige.
Us.
I have a job too.
Okay, I love you.
It's Jobgate.
Okay, I love
All
you.
over again.
But I like the fact that everything that we do is because of what we've put together. Do you get what I mean? So at the same time, as lovely as that would be, and as awesome as that would be to take away all of my worries and all of that kind of stuff away, that's not something that I would accept. What? Okay, I'll tell you guys a story, right? And I never wanted to mention this because I felt like it was such a good gesture, and people who do good gestures don't do it to get anything back. But I am going to tell you this, right? Once upon a time, not long ago, just before my wedding, I'd say about 2 months before my wedding, Rich Lux, right? And y'all know that I love Rich Lux and he's such a lovely person, but we aren't close. We aren't like that. We don't speak to each other every single day. We're not good Judies. I ain't going to meet him at the Chinese buffet or something, whatever Peter Mom would say, right? And before my wedding, he offered me $500. I shit you not. $500. He said, I've had a really good week on YouTube, a really good month, and I want to give you $500 towards your wedding. Get yourself something, whatever it was that you couldn't afford, just go buy it. I just want to give to you because I really like you or whatever, and I feel like you deserve it. Whatever it was that he said in the message. And I rejected it. Like, as much as that $500 would have been, so gratefully appreciated, I rejected it because I'm too proud for that shit. So if I can reject $500 from Rich Lux, you best believe I'm going to reject 10 grand, 15 grand, 30 grand, 100,000 grand from Jeffree Star. It's not happening. And that's even if that was to happen, because I don't expect people to hand me shit.
We could pay our mortgage off.
You know what I mean? Like, true say. Like, we've got bigger things that we could pay off.
Are you sure you don't want to accept that money?
Also, thank you so much for the $2. We've got the Real Carolina Queen. Thank you so much for your $5. Love you, girl. Always have your back. You will be donating more than he did, turning some drama into something positive. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Jacqueline Raman gave me $3.99. Congrats on the marriage from Kansas Queen. Thank you so much. We've got Manama C. Said. I don't know if I said that, or Saeed. I want to take part of this. I want to take part in this too. No worries. Thank you so much.
Is that comment there, where it's dick liquor?
Yeah. Is
that lyrics from what's her face? Cupcake, the rapper?
Yeah, I think it is.
I want to make sure, because I thought it was.
Aria Blake, thank you so much for the $4.99. So, okay, so now that I've explained myself and where I'm coming from and all that kind of stuff, but he's definitely, I'm not going to accept it, even if he did.
Jackie Aina did make a stupid mistake. She came onto YouTube and she made a video, and from my perspective, what I think happened is I think she saw a lot of dots and she connected them, but she didn't have the full evidence to connect those dots together. I don't believe that the events were made up or faked or they didn't happen, but the events towards the end that were more extreme, I don't think she had enough evidence to tie it back to Petty Paige. It could have been Petty Paige, it could not have been Petty Paige. Jackie Aina said she obviously had these videos getting harassed by Petty Paige.
I think it's quite funny how he actually says that it could be me, it could not be me, whereas in his last video regarding the whole Petty Paige versus Jackie Aina thing, he went with a consensus that I definitely did.
She copyright strike one of the videos came back. Again, this isn't me picking sides because I don't agree with false copyright strikes if something is done under fair usage.
It's funny that he's admitting this now whilst talking about Jeffree Star, who allegedly did a false copyright strike against John Kuckian.
But then as this was happening, Jackie Aina said that she started getting harassed by email and she started getting all these messages, and I completely do think that probably happened. I don't think that's made up. And the call said that a card, like, there'd been like an unauthorized transaction on a card and stuff like that. Me personally, I don't think she had enough evidence to tie that back to Paige, because she said this hacker girl doing this, whatever. I don't think she directly said I need to go back and watch the video. She's the one that hacked me, but she just indirectly referred to her as like hacker girl. The video was removed very quickly and Jackie didn't really address it too much. I think it's a shame because in this situation Jackie was the victim of Paige. And I'm the one...
How? Oh my God, how? How was she the victim of me? At this point, Paige was just out here chilling Bob Dylan, doing her part-time job whilst doing her YouTube, you know, doing a little thing, living her best life. At that point, like, I don't understand.
We're going to have to start donating that money to people's medical bills if you keep screaming.
But I don't understand, like, I don't understand how she was the victim of me, because at this point, absolutely nobody was talking about her. Nobody gave a crap. Sorry, truth be known. She gets herself into drama every so often, but in the grand scheme of problematic people, she just really is not doing the most.
Everyone's
I'm sat here saying Jackie has openly had her own little PR campaigns in the past where she's sort of like, you know, had the media look a certain way about her. In this situation, I do think she was the victim because she was continuously harassed for a long...
How was she harassed?
How?
All four of my videos, well, 3 of my videos up until the point that she accused me of international wire fraud. All 3 of my videos was just out here just attacking the fuck out of her. Calm down.
Long time, and then she cracked and she said something stupid, she did something stupid, and then she's ultimately the nasty one and Paige is suddenly the victim. And I'm like, definitely she's made a mistake that's wrong, but it doesn't invalidate the fact that Paige harassed her for such a long time. And basically Jeffrey posted these tweets like, oh, I can't wait to meet Paige, I can't wait to talk with her. And from my perspective, just having
one tweet,
a step back, I don't have anything negative to say about Paige because I feel sorry for her. I feel like she's just someone that lives in a very small world. She's very lonely. When I spoke to her, that was the gist that I got. She was asking me for an invitation to my makeup launch. She was asking me if we could hang out on the phone. And this isn't me saying
okay, I've explained the makeup launch situation once before, but I will explain it again. John Kuckian was having his Kuckian Cosmetics makeup launch. I said to John Kuckian, if I come to your makeup launch, and this was a big, big if, but if I come to your makeup launch, can I bring my camera equipment because I would like to film the experience? Now, the reason I said that was because I knew that this whole thing was literally the biggest, most anticipated launch within the makeup/beauty industry at that point in time because everybody was waiting for it to fall down like a house of cards. Now, just like I am not completely against hanging out or spending some time with Jeffree Star, asking him some questions and getting to know him in that sense, I am not completely against hanging out with John Kuckian and getting to know him, asking some questions in another sense. I persistently, Gareth, how many times did I ask that guy for an interview? Like so many times. So many times I asked him for an interview. It was him who wanted me to hang out with him when his friends bailed on him when he wanted to go out on a night out in Manchester and said, Paige, I'll hang out with you. Do you want to hang out with me? Or you want to meet me in Manchester? And he said, how long will it take you to get there? I said, 45 minutes. He goes, are you going to come down? I said, no. I said, I cannot. And I cannot let my subscribers think that it's okay to kind of bypass certain situations just because the person of which you are talking to hasn't addressed it and you can just live on hunky-dory. I can't do that. The person has to address it the same way that when I meet Jeffree Star, I will most definitely be asking him questions. Like, there's no two ways about it. If I'm not going to be able to ask Jeffree Star some, questions and be able to report back efficiently, then there's no need. You know what I mean? Like, as much as the clout is great and blah, 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 it's not necessary. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been doing okay as I have, So, I'm kind of open to speaking to anyone. I'd do an interview with Karina Kaboom. I know everybody hates Karina Kaboom. I'd do an interview with her. Are you crazy? Most definitely. I want to get inside the mind of the person who doesn't allow people to speak on her channel. Most definitely. I would definitely give somebody the opportunity to speak to me like that. So I don't understand why, when the tables are turned, or when it's somebody who has in social media's way been overtly racist or whatever, it's different. Why is it okay for Shane Dawson to do a 3-part documentary series, but because of the colour of my skin, it is completely wrong for me to speak to Jeffree Star on any level because of the colour of my skin. If people are saying that people need to see beyond colour, like, holy fucking shit. Like, you won't even let me speak to a person because of the colour of my skin. Like, let that fucking simmer for a moment. Because of the colour of my skin, I'm not supposed to speak to somebody, or I would be doing a great injustice to the POC community of YouTube. Bullshit. I'm a drama channel. If you want me to sit here and remain unbiased, then I'm going to speak to everybody. Nobody is off the table. The only people when it comes to drama who have ever been off the table are people who I've had personal beef with. Yeah? As in, if I was doing a story on Jackie Aina, I'm definitely not asking Jackie Aina for a fucking statement. She can go fuck herself. Simple. Why? Because I'm probably going to give a biased story. Ain't even going to lie to you because I'm probably going to give a biased story. When me and Here for the Tea were going through the shit, I'm not going to Here for the Tea to ask for a no statement, no how, no way. Why? Because I've personally got a problem with her. Well, shall I say. I personally had a problem with her. There was no way I was going to ask her for a statement. Would I ask her for a statement now? Most definitely. You know what I mean? So, the way that I see it is if you want an unbiased view, if you want an unbiased overview of certain things, then I am most definitely going to ask all parties. If you don't want that, then you're not watching a drama channel that's going to be fair. I think it's because of the colour of your skin that you should speak to Jeffrey by Audra Rowdy Girl. Thank you so much. That's how I feel. I feel like because of the colour of my skin, because I will be going to him as a woman of colour and speaking to him openly and frankly about this situation, because of the colour of my skin, we might be able to get more answers than you would with his his non-POC comrades, most definitely. I've missed a couple of people, so I do apologise. I'm going to scroll up. So, Anthony Smith, $4.99, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And also Emily M, thank you so much for the $9.99. We do appreciate that. All donations in today's stream are going to be going towards Raid. So that's how I feel. It's like this whole fucking cancelled culture needs to end. It needs to end immediately. Just because, say, for instance, I've got a video coming out about Peter Mon any day now. So say, for instance, I'm talking about the situation with Peter Mon, my thoughts and opinions on various situations, then I would expect you guys to make your own informed decisions, not because of me. We shouldn't be cancelling culture. We shouldn't have this cancel culture because I've cancelled this guy. It should be your guys' decision whether you want to do whatever the hell you want to do. And that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to open a dialogue. We're supposed to talk. This is a guy who sat down and made a 45-minute apology video apologising for all of his racist past. Then if we apologise for said racist past and these receipts come out that aren't adding up to any drama channel I've spoken to, I'm not going to name drama channels actually, that's unfair, but I've spoken to numerous drama channels about this situation saying, hey, what do you think? Is there anything I'm missing? Because I'm not getting the vibe that this is real. And every single one of them has said it's either got to be taken with a pinch of salt because it's not adding up, or they've said it's not right and they don't believe it. Do you know what I mean? Every single drama channel, but because I'm a woman of colour who has the opportunity, because I don't know whether it's actually going to happen, but because I'm a woman of colour who has the opportunity to meet up with somebody who has a racially aggravated past, that I shouldn't do so. Do you know what? When we talk about, like, this is not me referring to myself as those said people, but if we want to make peace within any kind of community, we have to meet with the person who is the aggressor. We have to do that, and that's just the situation.
It's not like it's the first time he's tweeted about meeting you either.
Yeah, it's not, exactly. It's not like it's the first time, like it's out of the blue, like it's, oh, Jeffree Star's tweeted about hanging out with Paige. Just tweeted out about hanging out with me like about 8 months ago. It was nothing, like, that's why it was not a shock to me. It was a shock to a lot of people, but it wasn't a shock to me because I was like, oh, okay, cool, you're in the area, whatever. You know what I mean? But anyhow, moving on.
Oh my gosh, she's so pathetic because I understand it. Social media is very lonely, and despite the fact she built her entire audience dragging me, and I was then there being supportive and counselling her because I know how hard it can be on social media. A few days later, she was messaging me like, oh, do you want to hang out or something? And I was just like, I get it, but at the same time, it's just so insane because then 5 minutes later, it's back to dragging John Kuckian when the price is right. Do you know what I mean? That's why I don't talk to people off social media anymore. Like, I literally just do my videos. I keep it 100%. I don't have fake relationships. I don't secretly support influencers. I don't secretly want to meet up with people. I don't try and get shout outs from people to gain 50,000 subscribers. It's just not how I go.
Oh, who was that shade? Was that Rich Lux or was that Peter Mon?
What?
I'm asking you, was that Rich Lux or was that Peter Mon? I don't want shout-outs to gain 50,000 subscribers.
Oh, I get you, yeah.
Was that Rich Lux or Peter Mon? Peter Mon's situation was different because he was an arsehole.
Yeah, but he was with Shane Dawson.
Ooh, maybe.
And Shane Dawson does keep commenting on most of his posts as well. Recently he's commented on quite a few of his posts.
Wow, I don't know. Rich Lux shade, everyone's saying. Okay, Rich Lux, alright.
Go, and if that means my channel isn't going to go 2 million subscribers overnight, I'm honestly fine with that. I honestly don't really care about subscriber count, I just care about the happiness of my community, so I did just want to put that out there. If you're not familiar...
The happiness of his community means deleting all comments pertaining to anything negative.
With all the tea that's happened behind the scenes, nearly every single drama channel at some point has kissed an influencer's ass, whether it's Jeffrey, Laura, Manny or someone, to try and get a shout out.
Okay. Oh god, I wish I could read to you the DMs between myself and Jeffree Star. Because it literally has been. He sent me a message. He goes, "Hey girl, I'm gonna be out in the UK. Are you available?" I said, "I actually have some time off actually, so that's pretty dope if you are." And then we haven't spoken to each other in the past, I'd say 4 or so days.
It's been about 3 days.
3 days.
Because he messaged you like Sunday or Saturday, I think it was.
Okay, so like he messaged me Sunday or Saturday, and then I sent him a message literally today and said, "Hey, have you got like times and dates so I know like, you know, what's going on?"
He said, "I'll let you know closer."
Because I'm actually going out to London on the weekend, so I wanted to make sure it didn't clash. And then he goes, "Oh yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I touch down in the UK. He's actually on his flight as we speak." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Like that was the biggest. Like I wish it was deeper. I wish we were sat there chatting and kikiing about Jackie Aina, and he said this and I said that. It literally was not that deep. So
you're still doing a bit of a meet up in London.
If I can do a meetup. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm going to be in London on Saturday. So if you guys want to meet up with me in London on Saturday, I will be there. Send me a DM on Twitter. Send me a DM on IG. And we can organise something. Maybe we can go for a meal or something. I'd love to do something in London while I'm down on Saturday.
And it's really been crazy. It's really been crazy. And the only person I've really spoken to for a long time was Jacqueline back in the day, and she never shouted me out, she never promoted me, and we weren't friends. She would honestly just speak to me about drama and give me tea and give me investigations and stuff onto brands. And in the end, we ended up falling out because I called her out over the morphe quality of the brushes and stuff like that. We had a massive fight about it. So, do you see what I'm saying? The drama community, I kind of feel like it's just become very toxic in itself in a lot of respects. And that's...
You're the toxic person.
Sometimes that's me included, to be honest with you.
The first step is admittance, sir.
I do kind of feel like everyone has sort of imploded on each other, and I kind of feel like I have the right to say this being the person that opened up the entire niche to doing these booty investigations.
Mia Itty Bitty Twinkie says, "But Paige, you were chatting directly with Jeffrey months ago."
Okay, first of all, when?
I don't know. The only time he's ever really directed you out in public or even messaged you is when he said it'd be cool to hang out sometime when we're doing this or whatever.
Yeah, like
which was
8 months ago.
8 months ago nearly.
Yeah, so I don't know where you're going with that, but
direct message wise, not even messaged you ever.
No.
Apart from this time
like,
now
we
where
don't
it's
speak.
like, I'm going to be in Manchester on
like,
this
we
day.
literally have never spoken. It's not been like a situation where I've been like, "Hey, Jeffrey, what's up? How's things with you? How's the dogs?" You know? It's never been that kind of situation.
That would be a good question to ask.
But can I just get through
sorry.
this? Because you're just kind of distracting me, and I love you so much.
And I love you so
distracting me. The person who opened up this niche to doing drama videos was actually Sanders Kennedy, so you need to give praise and give credit where credit's due. John Kuckian. Right, what were you saying?
Someone's actually said, does he know why Here for the Tea and Tea Spill stop their videos?
Who? John Kuckian?
No.
Jeffree Star. Oh, that'll be a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, I will definitely ask that.
Alexa, thank you for the reminder.
I feel like as more and more people have crowded in, instead of just posting a video and having...
As a creative, you know that creating great video is really hard. We built Frame.io to have all the video you're working on and the people you're working
sweet with that page.
I was cooking. This is taking so long.
Is it not playing?
having an investigation. It's become a battle of who can get the biggest clickbait, who can get the biggest this, and then it turns into social climbing. Who can make the biggest friend to give them a shout out? Everyone is so desperate to be on the front page of the community, whereas before it was so small. It was just me when I used to do my investigations. There was no one else. You know, before anyone else came in,
Sanders Kennedy.
it was really simple. Now everyone is so desperate to be the person that's spoken about and be in the attention, which I honestly could not care less about. I honestly don't give a shit. Like, I can disappear for a few days and I'm not bothered. You all know I'm chilling. I know I'm chilling. But I think it's become so competitive like that it's gone beyond just having a clickbaity title and having the best investigation. Now it's gone to who can I make friends with behind the scenes? Who can I do this with? Who can I do that with? Go through Drama Channel's Twitters, see who they're tweeting, see who tweets they're liking, see who's giving them shout outs and promotion, and then go and watch the video and see what they're saying about that person. The whole thing is so twisted and so manipulated, and I kind of just think it's going to get to the point where people can see it's not really worth watching anymore.
Oh, Claudia, we know Sanders Kennedy exists, but apparently he doesn't.
And that's me.
Maybe you can't see it beyond the blue contact lenses, I don't know.
He's saying that being the creator, I honestly think it's getting to the point where it's challenging to know who to watch, because as time goes on you see people start to fight with each other and you see people start to expose each other, and you kind of just realise that what you see on camera isn't what's happening behind the camera. That's 100% my reality of the situation, and I do think it's sad, but it is a reality. So I'm interested to hear what you think. I'm going to stress again, in the situation, my advice to everybody is, I don't have anything to say to Paige. I kind of just think the community is going to see.
Oh, you've seen. You've spoken way too much about me, trust me.
Jeffrey's obviously called Jackie Aina a black woman, a gorilla, from what we can see from the text messages, if they are real. And at the same time...
so we've said that. So if they are real... That's what was said, right? Okay, just making sure that you clarified that, because at this very moment in time, just because these ambiguous text messages are even out, I'm supposed to immediately be on high alert because this guy is clearly a racist and we should be deeming him a racist before we've even asked him any questions. So it's not even a situation where it's innocent until proven guilty. They're guilty from the outset and now they have to prove themselves unguilty. Well, if that was the case when that whole situation happened with myself and Jackie Aina, then I'm guilty as shit.
You're meeting up with Jeffrey to get attention and to get clout. It doesn't read well, and it kind of just shows that you have no integrity. That's how it comes across to the public, at least from my position. I've had people on social media when I had, when I first...
Oh god, you want to talk about integrity with your Kuckian fucking kitchen cosmetics, dude.
Started, there was people tweeting me trying to make friends with me, and I was like, fuck you, bitch, I'm gonna do my investigation. And it kind of just shows that people will do anything to get on the good side, if whoever's gonna give them the attention and the clout, I hate that word, that they need to be the next person that's spoken about and seen. It's very good for bank balances, it's very good for subscriber counts, but I just think in the long term, I always just hope I was just sit in my own corner here in Kuckian's courtroom. I just hope the community
I will never in the history of niggerdom ever allow a man, a white presenting man, to tell me that I have turned against my own race for clout. Never. Never, never, ever. That is the most disgusting thing that I have ever heard come out of a man's mouth. Ever. Ever. In fact, a person, fuck gender, out of a person's mouth ever. That is so incredibly disgusting. So incredibly disgusting that I can't even comprehend it. So you're telling me you, Mr. White presenting male, and this is not me being fucking racist as shit, but I'm going to call it how I see it right now, right? You as a white presenting male, you are telling me that I'm turning against my own race for clout, when I am not, you can go along with life, and this is me just calling it how I fucking see it, so if I am not politically correct, I do apologise, but I'm filled with emotion right now. You can go on through life and absolutely nobody treats you any fucking differently because of the way you fucking look. Not a single person, right? Not a single person is going to look at you and say, oh, there's that nigger, there's that black guy. Not a single fucking person. You don't know my struggles. You don't know where I've been. You don't know where I come from. You do not know how many times people have treated me fucking differently just purely because of the way I've looked. You don't know how many times. Let me tell you a fucking question. A lot of people don't understand why my name is Paige Christie. My mother told me that she chose white names for me and my brother so that, and this is her words, right? White names for me and my brother so that when we presented ourselves on paper, when we applied for jobs, we would get a job. We would get the opportunity to be interviewed, because if we had a black name, if we had a fucking black nigger ass name, we would not get that interview. So don't you fucking tell me about us and about our struggle and about me turning against my race. Don't you ever tell me about anything to do with being a plus size POC woman ever, period, because you have no fucking idea. No fucking idea. You have not been in a store when you're walking around and people are following you because they think you're gonna fucking steal. No matter how many work badges you have on, no matter how much work clothes you have on, no matter how professional you look, you never had to go through that, not once. So how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you ever say that I have gone against my race? Ever say? Ever. Period. Point blank. And I said this on my Twitter and I'll say it again. Before the words coon came out of people's mouths, I was viewed as a nigger. Period. Point blank. Before people stretched their mouths wide enough to call me a coon, I was a nigger. So don't you ever tell me, ever, about my hustle, about my struggle, about where I've been, about where I'm going, and about the fact that I am a woman of colour in this world going against my race, because you know nothing about my race. Nothing. Ever. You know nothing about my race. So you can show all the black women of colour you put in makeup on talking about the makeup industry all you fucking want, John Kuckian, but you know nothing about what it is. See, this is the thing. When it comes to me and that woman of colour who is a Jamaican woman, when it comes to me and that woman of colour, I know more what it's like to be that woman of colour, that Jamaican, black, dark-skinned woman of colour than you will ever know in your lifetime. Period. Point blank. You will never know. You will never know what it's like. So don't you ever fix your lips to speak about me like that again. Ever. Period. Point blank. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. You don't know what it's like. You don't know where I've been. You don't know what anything is. You know shit. So you can carry on living your white passing cisgender life, because that life is something that I will never be able to understand, and I would never speak like that about you. How fucking dare you?
I just hope the
people are saying then you married a white man.
So what? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if I married a white man? That is like not even a part of the conversation. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? What if I married a Chinese guy? Does that make any difference? What if I married somebody who was like, I don't know, Albanian? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what colour skin my man is? Who gives a fuck? It makes no difference to the conversation. It makes no difference to the narrative. As long as my white man is not in my home oppressing me as a black woman, then that is not a part of the conversation. If that was the case, then that's a conversation we can have. That's a conversation that you can bring to me. But the colour of the man that I choose to sleep with, the colour of the man that I choose to be with, the colour of the man that I choose to spend my life with should be none of anybody's business. This is the point. We're talking about removing colour from situations, but every single person sees everything by colour. Because if that was not the case, then why would the colour of my man even make any difference to anything? The colour of my man should make zero difference to the conversation. Are we talking about what this man has said about a black woman turning against her own race? Or are we talking about who I'm fucking sleeping with? Because I'll tell you this, I've slept with a lot of black men, I've slept with a lot of white men, and hell, I've slept with a hell of a lot of Asian men. Makes zero fucking difference. Zero difference. That's not a part of the conversation. If you want it to be a part of the conversation, then you guys have that conversation by yourselves. But that is not a part of my conversation. That is not a part of my narrative. My man could be any fucking colour. It's the way he treats me that makes a difference. It's the way he makes me feel that makes a difference. It's the way he supports me that makes a difference. It's the way that he is by my side, even at this fucking moment in time, looking through the comments and moderating bullshit, is what I chose. I chose the person. Truth be known, I didn't date gingers before him, but I do. I do now. Because the person I fell in love with transcends colour. Transcends colour, transcends that person, and the fact that he's willing to accept my cultural background and heritage and vice versa means the fucking world to me. Nobody should be bringing in my man's colour into any conversation. Y'all are foul for that shit. 1.99 from Rachel H. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Right, moving on, because I'm fucking heated as shit. How dare he?
The community sees through it. That's just my perspective. I don't think it's that deep. I don't get that attached, to be honest with you. Look how cut my finger up is. Because all this shit is honestly ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I think from our perspective, it's definitely fun to watch. But that's my brutally honest opinion. Again, I don't condone what Jackie Aina said.
Sorry, Margot A says, tell it, Paige, the real support you. No one has the right to be dismissive of your experience. Fuck them. Hashtag water. Hashtag Waterade. Everybody who's donating, it's all going to Waterade today.
Said about Paige whatsoever. I do think that she reacted badly.
Jesus Christ, how many adverts?
I don't know anything else like it. Pretty much a no-brainer.
And she said some stupid things, but I always think people just seem to turn up as...
This one's so important.
Okay.
Ginger are sexy as hell.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you for that.
We agree with that person.
No, we agree with that.
We
approve that message.
Butterfly zombie, we approve that message.
Butterfly zombie, we approve that message.
Perspective onto a tiny aspect of the truth, instead of looking at the bigger picture of Jackie getting harassed for a long time, regardless of how many followers she had.
Nobody harassed Jackie.
She was still a human being, and Jackie's had some horrible rumours spread about her in the past as well, some really nasty, damaging rumours. I know when she lost one of her friends a long time ago, she had like a GoFundMe to help pay for the funeral or something like that, and when I first started my channel, people used to reach out to me all the time against Jackie Aina, saying you need to do a video about her because she took that money and used it to go travelling, and she, you know, took this funeral money and she just spent it whenever she wanted to spend it to, and it's disgusting. And I remember getting those things all the time, and I was more impressionable back then. I was a lot more naive to people just giving me evidence, because when you first start and everyone starts reaching out to you, you feel like, oh my god, I'm the truth teller, and it's not the truth. The people that are reaching out to you are usually the people that have a vendetta against someone. But I didn't run any story like that, because the more I looked into it, the more it just didn't sit right with me. I just didn't think it was true, and I wasn't prepared to just jump on that, and that would have been easy.
So, okay, can we just admit that that story that was said about Jackie Aina, I don't know about the validity of it. I've not looked deep enough to say if it's true or not from my personal perspective. But if he has the ability to say that I looked at the receipts, I saw what was said, and I don't know whether it's true, so I'm not about to jump on it. Can't we award or say that I can have that exact same decision when it comes to Jeffree Star? Or is it because of the colour, once again, of my skin that I can't say that? I can't award somebody that freedom. It makes no sense. So it's okay for him to do it, but it's not okay for me? Alright, I see you.
Easily a 500,000 view video if I'd done that, because I know how many views videos will get when I make them. But I didn't jump on that, and I didn't make it. I didn't...
Where's the views recently, babes?
Go for the views. I didn't go for the controversy. I didn't go for the attention I would have got with Jackie fighting with me, because it doesn't really entertain me. Just always keep an open perspective in the drama community. There's been a lot of things that have happened where I've agreed with Paige and I thought she's done a good job of things. But
okay, New Zealand 0.99. Thank you so much, Lisa. All of that's going to be going to Waterade. TJ Scott What's that? TJ Scott, 87, $5 US. Thank you so much. Tell him, gather him all the way together. Yes, bitch. That's what we do here.
But at the same time, there's been so many things happen on the complete opposite where I've just thought you're a sellout. You know, it's just, from my perspective, it's not that deep. I don't know any of these people. I've had
So you're admitting that you don't know me after our alleged 4-5 hour conversation?
brief contact with all of these people, but I just think the whole superiority complex that people have in the community about this person being better than this person, the community is in flames, and I think the drama community is in the same position. I'd kind of rather just be in my position and just have my own peace than be involved with any of this stuff, because honestly, from my perspective, having been in it from the beginning, it's very toxic, very, very toxic. And every single friendship you see on social media in drama is fake, is made up. These people have all spoken shit about each other in the past, they've all fought in the past, and they're all aware that they've each spoken shit about each other in the past, but they come together for the sake of growth and for the sake of having unity, because they feel stronger as a group as opposed to standing on their own 2 feet. And that's why I stand on my own 2 feet, because I've never been the type of person that needs people backing me up or needs people supporting me. Anyway, this has been a very ranty video. That's my opinion! That's my opinion! Papa, what do you think?
Want you to suck, bitch.
I want to say a massive thank you for watching Exposed. Please don't send any negativity or any hatred towards anybody that I've mentioned. I'm honestly just speaking my mind, but for any of you that do follow this stuff quite closely, I just hope it might resonate with you and you might be able to just gain a little bit of an internal perspective of how things work, because this is hot.
We've had enough of him now. That's been enough conversation from him. Okie dokie. Is it this one? Okay. That's been enough from him. I don't even know what to say. That was a disappointment of a video. Like I said on Twitter, John, if you're going to want to suck my vajayjay, you could at least aim for the clitoral area, as it was a swing and a miss. And I'm just disappointed. I'm more, to be honest, I didn't think I'd be as affected by that video as I actually was. Aerial Harmony, he wants to piss you off, he wants to be famous. He can only do that by jacking your queenly, awesome nature. You rock, live your best life, wifey. Thank you so much, Aerial Harmony. I do appreciate that. All of that will be going over to WaterAid. Gabriel, 99 euros. I do appreciate that as well. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be as affected by it than I am, and I am affected by it because I've got somebody who is not of my race speaking about how I should be reacting to my own community, and speaking about why I am a sellout to my own community, which is actually fucking disgusting, because he's never had my lived experiences, so he can't speak on my community in the same way that I can. Because I know my community. I've been my community. I am it. I am, when we say faceless people, I am that faceless person. So he doesn't get the right to talk about my race in that nature. He doesn't. So yeah, that was slightly disappointing. Even for him, that was disappointing. But in the grand scheme of things, John Kuckian is trash. He has always been trash. He always will be trash. So who cares? Thank you to everybody who has donated as well. I do really, really appreciate that. Every penny. I will definitely post up on Instagram and on the community page of YouTube as well. I'll definitely post up how much money we raised for WaterAid and donate it. I mean, my fella has been taking every single donation, and I mean, you guys have
knocked it out of the park.
We've knocked it out of the park, so we are giving a nice hefty amount to WaterAid at this moment in time. Something that started as a joke, but something that became very real. So I hope that at least something positive can come out of John Kuckian being a complete and utter arsehole. Thank you to everybody. We got $2 from Janine Feebles. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who tuned into the stream, who wants to listen to my opinion. In terms of the Jeffree Star collaboration, if it does happen, because nothing has been finalised at this point, so I don't want to say it's happening until it is. But if anything does happen, I will most definitely keep you guys updated and informed. I do look forward to meeting him and asking him some questions, and also just seeing like his demeanour. I don't know if he's going to be like super duper bougie and make me feel poor as shit. it, or whether he's going to be like really chill and down to earth the way that I saw in the Shane Dawson documentary. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of person
he was
that he
both in the
is.
Shane Dawson documentary.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little bit. So I want to see what kind of Jeffrey I'm going to be meeting.